going on, Meta fam? Back here for another video, and we got to touch base on the whole Dave Lauer, Jon Stewart, and the Finra situation. That's right. So we're going to try to do our best to unravel everything, give thoughts and opinions, and go over some of the stuff that's out there people talking about. First things first. Got this post here. I put out here. This was, I forgot exactly where I got this at, but someone had this out, so I wanted to share this. And here it says, short positions remain open in MMTLP. Source, Cromwell Coulson, president of OTC Market Group. Finra has really screwed up this entire situation. Finra needs to come out and be really transparent. They need to explain exactly what happened and what the full share count or audit, what the audit shows. If the books are reconciled, that needs to be shown. If they're not, then it needs to happen. Source, Dave Lauer, current Finra Market Regulation Committee member. And if we go here to his actual tweets, this came after Dave Lauer was on the Jon Stewart show, and a lot of people felt that, I haven't got to watch it, but we're going to go over some clips that people shared here on Twitter, but a lot of people felt he didn't really want to tell the whole truth as the Jon Stewart interviews there, so he came out here and kind of gave an apology. So here he says, I don't think I was clear enough yesterday about MMTLP. I think that Finra has really screwed up this entire situation, and the lack of transparency has been erroneous. Individual investors were misled into thinking trading would take place. That is not okay. And here we can see, I think that Finra needs to come out and be really transparent. They need to explain what exactly happened and what the full share counter audit shows, even if under investigation. If the books are reconciled, that needs to be shown. If they're not, then it needs to happen. This is a terrible situation and people have been hurt. I will do everything I can to push Finra to figure this out and make it right, either through transparency or action. My thanks to free commercials for helping me understand this situation. Guys, that is huge. That's Radio Drew there, free commercials. And we are going to touch base on Radio Drew here later on. All right, so here's where Liz Huffman has this clip up where you can hear it straight from the horse's mouth, Dave Lauer, a Finra Market Regulations Committee member, admitting that Finra is here to protect the brokers. That's where all the money comes from. It's a huge conflict of interest. And Liz has this post out here, which is actually right from the actual Finra here. Finra is authorized by Congress to protect American investors by making sure the broker-dealers industries operates fairly and honestly. We oversee more than 624,000 brokers across the country and analyze billions of daily events. Dave sits on the board of Adequate and investor-focused Canadian Stock Exchange independent director, chairs the Regulatory Oversight Committee. Dave also sits on the FINRA's Market Regulation Committee. Let's go back here to this clip.
All
right, it's going to be a little tough to maybe hear what's going on. We'll let it play here a couple times and see what we can hear out of this, what they say here.
Having to defend Finra, don't get me wrong. You know, it's frustrating. They're here to protect the brokers. The brokers pay for Finra. That's where all their money comes from. It's a huge conflict of interest. They have.
Oh no, it's like the.
I don't like having to defend Finra. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's frustrating. They're here to protect the brokers. The brokers pay for Finra. That's where all their money comes from. It's a huge conflict of interest. They have.
Oh no, it's like the.
I don't like having to defend.
All right, so there you go. You heard it right from Dave Lauer. The Finra is here to protect the brokers. Finra is supposed to be protecting the retail investor, not the brokers. I understand. Yes, the brokers pay Finra, but your job is to protect the retail investor because we're the ones going to reinvest back in the market. If we don't put no money in the market, then the brokers don't exist. Plain and simple. If no money's in the market, the brokers don't exist. All right. My buddy Cable here has this clip. Here it says, MMTLP clip from Jon Stewart interview with the Daves, not Dave Lauer. Adversely, it suggests there will be no failure to deliver covering. This will not trade again, and only court order settlement will show end results. Not sure how true, but it feels like a big thing most didn't notice. Let's listen to this call here. The part that Cable has up here, and let's listen to this. Sure, I got the volume still up. All right.
This absolutely happened. I mean, you see, one thing that I saw in that report many, many years ago was you see these fails to deliver, and then there are stock splits or reverse stock splits where the QSIP changes, right? And so those old fails to deliver can never be reconciled because it's with an old stock, essentially.
It's going metric to
so you have these
else.
aged fails that exist on somebody's balance sheet, and some market maker's balance sheet, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's a situation where who knows what is actually going on there, why they're creating this massive increase in inventory through these aged fails. But in this case, the fact that the individuals were not allowed to end up trading a stock that they were previously allowed to do business in. I mean, I do think, FINRA is a self-regulatory organization. There's definitely some things in the past that make me a little skeptical of their I think you should be skeptical, frankly, of their pat answers for this, saying that everything was above board. But
and does that make you skeptical?
And that there where it leads into where he's saying, I don't want to have to, so there we go. And here's the actual whole clip here. He has the clip. I'm going to retweet this. And if you want to find that whole interview, you can find it. I believe it's on YouTube as well, but here it is on the Reddit post. You can get it on my page.
Absolutely happen.
All right. Now, we're going to get in here to the last part of this, and this is the icing on the cake, and huge thanks here to Radio Drew, because I agree exactly with what Radio Drew is saying here, where a lot of people was upset that Dave Lauer kind of might have threw us under the bus on the Jon Stewart interview. I haven't watched the whole thing, but that's what I'm hearing, so let's just say that's what it is. Dave Lauer threw us under the bus. But this tweet right here is exactly what we needed. This right here, guys. And here it says, where Dave Lauer says, I don't think I was clear enough yesterday about MMTLP. I think that FINRA has really screwed up this entire situation, and the lack of transparency has been erroneous. Individual investors were misled into thinking trading would take place. This is not okay. That is huge, because Radio Drew says, be happy, I am. He just called FINRA out. Thank you, Dave. You let me talk and yell at you for 2 hours, and you didn't have to. MMTLP fam, if I've ever been of service for 1 second, please don't attack him. Threats, insults, and virtual hurt. Trust me, I know. Guys, that is huge. Mr. Dave Lauer on the FINRA board here, admitting that FINRA's in the wrong. So, like I said, thank you again. Hats off to Radio Drew for getting this out here. This is amazing. And we even covered it earlier where Dave Lauer thanked Radio Drew for everything that he's done. So, huge prop to Radio Drew. Go give him, actually, how am I not following him? I can't keep up. There's so much going on. But yeah, I'm following Radio Drew now. Comment down below. What do you think of this whole Dave Lauer, Jon Stewart situation? I feel it ended up good with what Dave Lauer said here, because that can only possibly help the lawsuits out there, like Miss Rosa Tawil. It could help her lawsuit, because now we got Dave Lauer saying that FINRA was in the wrong, and they need to reconcile the book. So, hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below. Catch you all next video, guys. Peace.